Welcome everybody to an Age of Jeremy Reality Bites vlog. My name is Jeremy. I'm the CEO and co-founder and CFO of lots of businesses such as Age of Radio, 3T Warrior Academy, Q Financial, Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto, to name a few. And I'm just going hard into 2025, getting as much authentic content as I can out. So I'm trying to streamline that process because I have so much stuff going out and I don't have a full team that's set around me specifically yet. In my office, because I mainly have my office in Arizona, but that's going to be changing here in 2025 as we move to a office on this side of Glendale where I live, or in Glendale where I live. But I wanted to kick off 2025 because I obviously have talked a lot about in the past where discipline is more important than motivation, and it shouldn't really matter when you want to go after your goal. You should just start your goal, and I really do stand by that. But I also think that when we live in seasons and we live in cycles. And so for us to go to 2025, it does make sense for us to kind of think of like resolutions and rethink of our goal setting. Now I do my vision board through a like birth year. So I'm born October 21st. So if you guys remember October 21st, that's my birthday. I will be expecting presents from everybody. I'm just kidding. You don't have to buy me anything. So I usually do my vision board from October to October and revamp it. I revamped most of it this last year. But I'm also trying to think of like cool, fun ways to get into more like goal setting and knocking off the goals and not making them all just business focused. I think one of the reasons why a lot of people fail is because they only focus on monetary value on their goals, or a lot of the times maybe they only focus on business type of goals or career setting goals. And so I think it's really important to mix and match some of them. So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, because I made a 2025 bingo card. And so I see that on social media a lot where people are like, hey, you know, I got this on my 2025 bingo card, or I didn't have this on my 2025 bingo card. And so what I thought I would do was I would look up a template for bingo cards for goal setting and kind of talk about that today and talk to you what's on mine. So this is the bingo card that I have. I'm going to go through all of these with you beautiful people. And I'm assuming you're beautiful. I think everybody's beautiful. So yes, you are a beautiful person. And I have like a mixture of business stuff on here and non-business stuff and like personal things that I'm trying to accomplish. But essentially you can just go get a bingo template. I made this in Google Docs. If anybody follows me or works with me or I work with, or whatever the case is, you know that I usually don't use Microsoft or usually use Google stuff. But I decided I would do this on my phone first when I was working on it. And so I was working on this like the last week of December and decided that I would do it on my phone, and I didn't have Word on there. So I used Google Docs. So I use this on Google Docs, but I just essentially made a table, and usually it's a 5x5 for bingo. And then you have BINGO at the top. So that's like the 6th row. So you have 5x5 and then another row for the bingo part. And so I'm going to talk about these. So in my B columns, and I guess really like the purpose of this is throughout the year, you look at this. So I'm going to put this up in my vision board, and you look at this and you like try to like cross off or get bingo for the things that you're doing, which I think is really fun because like if you like on this one, B3, I guess, is read 5 books. So if I do that first, then I can utilize that to strategize like how I want to push myself forward to get another row. But the idea would then to be blackout, do a bingo blackout on it. So I think this is a fun way for goal setting and to get into the spirit of goal setting. And I know that we're 11 days into January, but I just started making this video today. So my bad. All right, so first one, B1 is, I'm gonna go down columns. So B, I'll go through all the B's, I'll go through all the I's, I'll go through all the N's, I'll go through the G's, and I'll go through the O's, BINGO, like that dog. And so the first one I have on here is I just have Earl Nightingale written. And this is something that I learned from Coach JV, who got it from Earl Nightingale. And so essentially you have a card, and this is my card, and on it you put a goal. Usually do it for like 30 days, a goal on one side, and then you have this Bible verse on the other side. And so the Bible verse is Matthew 7:7. It's ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, and knock and it will be open to you. And then you say amen, I do namo amida butsu 3 times. And then on the back side of it is your goal. And you don't say this goal to anybody, you have a date for it. And you read this and you look at it multiple times throughout the day. Now, me personally, because of my background in occultism and mysticism, vibrating things, it's really important for probably like frequency out into the universe and frequency for changes in your cell structure through those frequencies. And so when I do it, I vibrate the Bible verse and Namo Amida Butsu. And so I recommend that you might want to think about doing that as well. If you want, if not, to each their own. But I keep it in my wallet. I got my little Polo wallet. I keep it in there, and then I look through it throughout the day and I vibrate it, and you visualize it. You spend some time visualizing it, picturing it, thinking about it, what the smells, what it feels like, what it looks like, achieving that goal. And then it kind of like restructures your pathway in your life to get you to achieve that goal. And that's from a motivational speaker and a radio personality, Earl Nightingale. If you go on YouTube, there's an Earl Nightingale 8-hour read that you can listen to when you're sleeping in bed, I guess. And I listen to that for most nights. Usually I try to do motivation stuff, and then sometimes I do ASMR stuff and then go back to the motivation stuff. But that's what I try to do. So I'm not going to tell you what the goal is. That's why I just put Earl Nightingale on here. So Earl Nightingale is B1. B2 is reach 212 pounds. That is my ideal judo weight class that I would like to get to. For my size, I'm a big guy. I'm not a tall guy, but I'm a big guy. 212, I'm roughly at about 230, 235 right now. So I have a little bit to go on that. B3 is read 5 books. I have almost done with 1 book, and I don't know if that means read 5 books like this year, because technically I just finished 1. So I don't know, maybe that'll count for 1. I don't know, I might cheat. All right, attend 12 conferences. This is the year of conferences. Not only is Age of Radio Mercury doing a bunch of conferences, we'll be at Tempe Public Library, so I'm excited about that. But I'm doing so many conferences for financial stuff as well. Conferences where I learn stuff. I'm all super conferencey this year, so I'm really excited about that. 100 hours towards my podcast app. For F's sake, I've been talking about a freaking podcast app for like 6 years, and I swear I'm going to make one. But I'm almost to the point where I can actually hire people to do it and take it to the next level. But we'll talk about that if you follow me and subscribe to my stuff. So yeah, so those are the B's. I's, I have I 200 days of Chinese. My friend Alex is like on 192 days of Portuguese. I don't have any like desire right now to learn Portuguese, not unfortunately, but I just don't. I'm really focusing on Chinese and Spanish, but there's not a Spanish goal on here. So 200 days of Chinese, I'm 9 days in, so I'm gonna have to do that still today. Really working on something for Q Financial that involves algorithmic trading. So I do want to swing trade like 10,000 bucks. I just made a smaller number that was feasible with all the stuff that I have going on. So get up to swing trading $10,000 at one time. Basic classic Greek is really important to me and to occultism, and I haven't studied Greek in a very long time, very minimally when I was in my 20s. So I'm going to kind of get on the pathway of studying classic Greek again, because you can use Greek in a lot of incantations, especially from Magic by Aleister Crowley. Read 20 books. Pretty self-explanatory. Pick up Python in Excel. So Excel has integrated Python into it. I know how to code in Python, but I haven't done it inside of Excel. So I'm interested in learning how that works. And hopefully I can make a video. As I make more videos on YouTube, I'll make a video for that. So that's all the I's. In 1, put out 18 Reality Bites vlogs. So this is the Reality Bites vlog. So this is one of them, as long as I get this out and you see it. That's 1. I'm sorry about my voice. It's kind of squeaky. Okay, so then play 5 sessions of War Hammer. So I'm trying to build a Leagues of Votan set because I'm really big into dwarfs, and they traditionally didn't have Leagues of Votan. I think they brought them back in 9th edition. We're in 10th edition. There's no codex, but I'm working on that. So Leagues of Votan, I would love to play 5 sessions with friends. Free Space is in 3. In 4 is play 52 hours of video games, because I hardly play any hours of video games, and we have this fun thing inside of our Age of Radio Discord where we share the hours of stuff that we're doing, whether it's watching anime or video games or whatever the case is. So I'd really like to get to 52 hours of games. I have not played any games this year, and it's freaking 11 days in. So I have to play a lot of games. Read 10 books. Self-explanatory. So those are all the ins. All right, G's. Read 15 books. That was G1. G2, play 10 D&D sessions. We haven't played a D&D session in a year. It's my fault because I'm usually the dungeon master. If you want to be a dungeon master, let me know. You can play with us. And it would be easier for me to play more. Someone else was dungeon mastering. All right, basic Latin, again, goes along with classic Greek. I've never studied any Latin, so other than Spanish, which isn't Latin per se, but it's a Latin language. So basic Latin, I have Wheeler's Latin, I think is what it is. I'll just do that a few times. I'll give you some updates on these. Record and release 6 songs. So I have 5 songs, not recorded. I have 5 songs that I've written. I'm probably going to release them here for a longer term project that I have in mind. Again, you got goals, like setting goals and kicking ass goals. You're never too old to do the things that you love. Just go and fucking do them. Just go and do them. G5, 120 days of gratitude. So I have a jar that I write something that I'm grateful for every single day. I only did it like 30 times last year. I want to get to 120 of them this year. So I'm pushing that for my 120 days of gratitude. Get my BJJ blue belt. I gave up on judo. There's no good judo place that's near me. There's a BJJ place on every corner. So I'm just going to knock out some of that BJJ blue belt. All right. Oh, 2, write 12X articles. Going to start doing my posts and my blog stuff on X. I have the Premium Plus, so I can do that. I've talked about that in my podcast. 3, organize Red Wizard Gaming Society. If you don't know, I have a nonprofit society that I don't push, that I really don't talk about all that much. I'm going to really organize that and get that going this year as a nonprofit. Learn to snowboard, because I've always wanted to do that. I don't live in a place where you snow, but I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to do it. Me and Alex are going to do it. And then start the pathway of ethnomusicology studies, which means doing a lot of theory work. So that is my bingo card, and I'm super excited about it. Let me know what your goals are for your bingo card. And if you want, you can join my Instagram. It's Age of Jeremy, and I have a channel there called Dope Insights and Updates where I do extra stuff to and for people. In fact, you might be watching this on Instagram right now because it's within the time. I think, nope, it's over. It's over the time frame. You're not going to be watching this on Instagram. You're going to be watching it probably just on YouTube. That's okay. It's okay. But if you go to Instagram at Age of Jeremy, you can check out my Dope Insights and Updates. And I think there's a way that you can share stuff in there with me. If not, go in there, try to get in touch with me, DM me an image of your bingo card. I'd love to see what's on your bingo card. So make sure that you do your Earl Nightingale card. That, again, Coach JV talks a lot about that. And that he got it from Earl Nightingale. But I'm not going to say that I got it from Earl Nightingale because I didn't read Earl Nightingale until Coach JV started talking about it. So I'm going to give credit where credit's due. And then let me know about your bingo card. It's a fun way to add goals and achieving those goals. So I'll probably start with the read 5 books because I really need to read 5 books this year. All right, you can find me wherever at Age of Jeremy, except on Facebook and LinkedIn at Cesar Jeremy Quintanilla, because I needed to prove my identity. And my real name's Cesar because I'm El Salvadoran. And so I really appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe to this, and we are going to go raw with Reality Bites vlog from me. All right, love you guys. I appreciate you. Be faithful, grateful, and kind, and we'll talk with you next time. Bye.